Students, whatever homework is given to you, you have to submit it on the very next day between 8 am to 1 pm to the given WhatsApp number, and it is compulsory to submit your homework as your attendance will be marked on the basis of your submission.
Hello students, today I am going to start a new topic of chapter number 4, decentralization. Now first, meaning of centralization. Concentration of authority at top level only. Means all powers, all authority is centralized at top level, is known as a centralization. And if powers are distributed at all level, it is known as a decentralization of authority. Now meaning of it. Decentralization means delegation of power from upper level to lower level. Small size organization can have a centralized power. In small unit there is a centralized power, and in the large size unit have a decentralized forms. Means in small size unit centralized power is more suitable, and in large size unit decentralization is more suitable. Now importance of planning. First, quick decision. In the decentralization, the person who has to take the decision in that work or activity is involved completely and has the power to take the decision. All the person have a power to take the decision, hence the decisions are taken quickly and effectively. Second, less workload on top level. The top level is the level where most of the policy matter related decisions are taken. With the help of decentralization of power, the decision taking authority is given to middle or lower level. Hence the workload on upper level is reduced and they can concentration on important work. Third number, increase in motivation. Due to decentralization, the employees have increased the level of motivation as they have more faith and trust. They are given independence on middle or lower levels. They see their decisions become successful and their confidence boost. They also get the experience on how to take such kind of decision in such kind of situations. Means their experience and their independence, their confidence is increased by decentralization. Fourth number, increase in management abilities. Increase in management abilities. In decentralization, the middle level and lower level employees take decisions as per their powers and they are given independence for the same. Hence they become efficient leaders. They develop skills, how to work in coordinator manner. They develop their administrative skills and they learn to administrator control. Hence the employee take decision in different circumstances and they increase their abilities. In this way the future managers emerge. Fifth number, effective control. The managers of all the levels have enough power. All persons have enough power in decentralization, and so they can exercise control on the levels in which the employees commits mistakes. They can take disciplinary actions which becomes easy for them and hence an effective control is maintained. Sixth number, harmony is created. Harmony means coordination. Due to decentralization, at all the levels, employees are included in the decision making process and they are also given due importance. Everyone have a importance in decentralization. all the levels of officers and employees, that is the decision makers and the followers, they discuss things and then take proper decision in this process. One group comes in contact with the other group. In this way, the environment of harmony is created. Now, limitation of decentralization. The place where the organization is running on a very small scale means in small unit, and the units where business secrets are to be maintained. In this case, decentralization cannot be accepted. Now, meaning of delegation of authority. First of all, meaning of authority. What is authority? What is power? Power means to give orders and also to see it that the orders are followed. Power and authority means to give orders and also to see to it that the orders are followed or not. When the size of unit of organization becomes large, the upper level administration assign some work to their helpers and also delegate some powers to them. This is called delegation of authority. When the size of the organization becomes large, then upper level administrators assign some work to their helpers and also assign some powers to them. This is called delegation of power. Now, importance of delegation of power. Work efficient management. Due to delegation of power, the officers working on higher level have less burden of work and the routine work are hence distributed, resulting in the focus on important work. They assign some work to other persons, so now they can concentration on important work and important areas. At the same time, they can meet the objectives due to which the business unit gets work efficient management. Second, development of employees. Different employees working in the organization get an opportunity to work and to take decision. Different worker get opportunity to work and to take decision due to decentralization of power, due to which their confidence is improved. They can have a better decision making capacity and take logical decision due to constant need of taking decisions. Third number, motivation. Due to delegation of power, the employees have the chance to develop their abilities, due to which they also gain psychological benefits. When the higher administrator delegates the power to the helpers, such helpers not only get the work but at the same time they get boost to self-confidence due to such work accomplishment. Due to this, the right kind of motivation is obtained. Benefit of specialization. In a single unit, it is possible that all the employees may not have abilities in all the field. It is obvious that such ability is not possessed by all, but due to decentralization of power, different people are assigned different kind of work. Different people are assigned different kind of work. Hence, the benefit of the specialized skills of such people is obtained. Coordination. Due to delegation of relationship of helper and upper officers are developed, the middle and lower level employees get the chance to take their decisions independently. And their opinions are respected and they are able to develop interpersonal relations in the organization, and this enables good coordination. Sixth and the last, scope of expansion. Due to delegation of power, the upper level officers are free to focus on new ideas for the expansion of the business. This enables long life to the organization and easy in doing business. Now, elements of delegation of authority. According to Lewis Allen, delegation of authority means, according to Lewis Allen, delegation of authority means assignment of responsibility and power to the subordinate by creating accountability for the effective performance. Delegation of authority means assignment of responsibility and power means authority, and to the subordinates by creating accountability for effective performance. According to him, the following elements are included in the delegation of authority. First, entrustment of responsibility, conferment of authority, and creation of accountability. Here, important MCQ question also. Which is the first step of process of delegation of authority? Responsibility. And which is the last step of process of delegation of authority? Accountability is the last step. Now, elements of delegation of authority. First, entrustment of responsibility. Entrustment of responsibility is the duty assigned by the top level officers to the subordinate for a specific work. Responsibility is the duty. Responsibility is the duty assigned by the top level to the subordinates. The responsibility is given to accomplish a particular task. Person in authority and the person or people who follow is predetermined. As the followers have to follow all the orders of the authority, hence the flow of responsibilities from upper to lower level. Second, conferment of authority. Authority means power. The administrator should provide enough power to the helpers or subordinates so that they can allot the work to the lower levels and get the work done. Hence, delegation of authority is an important step towards the allotment of power. This flows from upper level to lower level. Now, the third and the last, creation of accountability. The delegated authority holders has to provide proper explanation and follow reporting process to the top level management. The delegated authority holder has to provide proper explanation, proper answer, and to follow reporting process to the top level management. This is known as accountability. The accountability cannot be passed on. The accountability flows from lower to upper level. It means it is a upward process.